Good afternoon, all. This is your DLD for the 27th, Friday, 27th. We're looking at lesson 4.2, which relates to angles of triangles. Yesterday we were classifying triangles by angles and side lengths. Today we will be looking at the angles. Okay. First theorem we're going to look at here is theorem 4.1, which is the triangle angle sum theorem. That's a mouthful. The triangle angle sum theorem here. Okay. And it just states that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180. The sum. So we add up all three angles. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C. Add all three of those. Should equal 180. Okay? We're going to look at example 1 here. Use the triangle angle sum theorem. Find the measure of each numbered angle here. So looking at angle 1, let's find the measure of angle 1 first. Okay, and that's up there in the ABF triangle. Well, we have the angle B is 48. Angle F in that triangle must be 90 degrees. So we have that the measure of angle B is 48. The measure of angle F is that's a right angle. It's 90 degrees. So all three of these angles should add to 180. So measure angle 1 plus 48 plus 90 should sum to 180. Okay. Subtract 90 and 48 from 180. That would give you that the measure of angle 1 is equal to 42. Okay. Now we're looking down here. We've got that FC is parallel to ED. That should give us angle 2. If we're looking here, I'm seeing that we have parallel lines here. Okay, parallel lines, alternate interior angles, 2 and 39. Those are alternate interior angles, so should be congruent. So measure of angle 2 is 39 degrees. Lastly, the measure of angle 3. Well, we have angle 2 now. We have this angle C. We're looking for 3. 3 is now unknown. So let's say that the measure of angle 2, which is 39, plus the measure of angle C, which is 90, plus the measure of angle 3, which is unknown, all should add to 180. Of course, now we're just 180 minus 39 minus 90. The measure of angle 3 should be 1. Okay, we've got 1, 2, and 3. We're done. At this point, we're done. Get all three angle measures. I encourage you guys to go ahead and try this example 1A here. So go ahead and pause. Try that on your own. We'll come back together and work on it in just a moment. Okay, so we should be looking, find all these missing angles here. Right off the bat, I see angle 2. Well, angle K and angle L there in that KLM triangle. Well, all three of those angles should add to 180, of course. So we're able then to find the measure of angle 2. 180 minus 71 minus 57. The measure of angle 2 should be equal to 52 degrees then. So now we found that one. 52 Well, the measure of angle 3, that's a measure in two triangles here. Okay, the measure of angle 3, well, that's part of triangle, let me just highlight this for a second. Triangle J, K, M. Okay, angle 3 there is angle J in that triangle. So all three of these angles should as well add up to 180. So let's use that, well, 28 and 71. Let's get that angle K. 28 plus 71 would be 99. So there we've got a 99-degree angle plus M down here in M. We've got that 52-degree angle that we found. And then plus the measure of angle 3 would be equal to 180. So now we're able to find the measure of angle 3 by 180 minus 99 minus 52. The measure of angle 3 is equal to 29 degrees. Now we're going to break the problem down slightly smaller here. Now we're looking at triangle JKL, finding measure angle 1. We have that 3 is 29 degrees. So measure of angle 1 plus 29 plus 28 equals 180. So we should get the measure of angle 1 is equal to 123. Got all three angle measures here now. Okay, hopefully you had some success there with that problem. Let's continue on. Exterior angle theorem. Okay. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two remote interior angles. So it would be useful to know what remote interior angles is here, what they mean by that. Okay. So if angle 1 is clearly on the exterior of triangle ABC. Okay. The remote interior angles are the angles that are opposite of it. So we're looking at angle B and angle A. Okay, so the measure of angle 1 is equal to the two interior angles here, A and B, the sum of them. Okay, and that's what we have over here. All right, so let's apply this and find some missing angles. Okay, so before we do that, though, let's look here. This example. So 4 here would be the exterior angle. The remote interior angles, so angle 4 exterior. Okay. Angle 1 and angle 3 are remote interior angles. Angle 4 is an exterior angle. Angle 1 and angle 3 are remote interior angles. So let's look at example 2. We'll do some applications here. Find the measure of each angle. Well, here we have an exterior angle. We are given an exterior angles measure. And we know that that is equal to 112 is equal to the sum of this 32-degree angle and angle 2. Measure of angle 2. So we subtract 32 from both sides, and we get, oh, not 59. Right opposite down here. So 112 minus 32, giving us that 80 is equal to the measure of angle 2. 2 degrees. All right, what about measure of angle MPQ? MPQ, that's the exterior angle. Well, the measure of angle MPQ is equal to the sum of the remote interior angles. So those happen to be given to us, 56 and 45. So we add those two together, and we get that the measure of angle MPQ is equal to 101 degrees. Okay. We have a couple corollaries here to triangle angle sum corollaries. The acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. So we have an example. Angle C here is a right angle. So angle A and angle B are complementary. Again, what it means to be complementary is that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B equals 90 degrees. They add up to 90 degrees. Well, of course, that makes sense. All three angles should add to 180. So if we have 90 here at angle C, then A and B should also add to 90. There can be at most one right or obtuse angle in a triangle. Well, does that make sense? Well, certainly. Okay, if all three angles sum, measure angle J plus measure angle K plus measure angle L, all of these angles sum to 180 degrees. If any piece of this is 90 degrees or more, say, let's say measure of angle J, just for argument's sake, let's say this is greater than 90 degrees. Really, so that's measure of angle J is greater than 90 degrees, just for argument's sake. Of course, it doesn't look to be, but for argument's sake, let's say that's greater than 90 degrees. So we take that away. We subtract 90 from this side. Subtract the 90 degrees. Well, that means that the measure of angle K plus the measure of angle C would be need to be equal to, well, we're subtracting anything greater than 90, so it's going to have to be less than 90 degrees. Okay? There's only 90 degrees left. So that's kind of what's going on there. I'm not sure that's not very, we're just kind of an explanation of what's going on there. Okay? So let's continue. Find the measures of each numbered angle. Our pictures seem to be getting more and more complex here, but we should be in good shape. So down here we've got let's start with 1. Okay, we've got 52. We've got 90 here. All three of those need to add to 180, so we know that the measure of angle 1, well, let's subtract 9. Let's take 180. We have 180 total. Subtract 90. Subtract 52. We should get the measure of angle 1, 38 degrees. Okay. Now that we have that, let's work on angle 2. Okay, angle 2, we've got kind of the same situation going. We've got two known angles. We've got a 38-degree angle right here, 90-degree here. Well, angle 2 in that triangle, those all three need to add to 180. So let's subtract 90, subtract 38 more. We should get the measure of angle 2 is 52 degrees. So we've got angle 2 is 52 degrees. All right, well, what's going on then here at in this triangle with angle 3 and angle 4? Okay, we've got some work to do. I see a perpendicular line. Perpendicular line is occurring. Kind of highlight it and then erase it. We've got this segment here intersecting this line. That's creating perpendicular angles, 2 perpendicular angles. So that gives me that this interior here should also be a 90-degree angle. Well, I've got the angle W. The measure of angle W is equal to 90 degrees. Well, what makes up angle W? Angle 3 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 90 degrees. That's what's making up angle W. So let's find angle 3 using that. Okay, we know angle 2. Angle 2 is 52 degrees. So now we can solve for measure of angle 3. Measure of angle 3 should be equal to, subtract 52 from both sides, 38 degrees. Should almost be a dead giveaway now, that the measure of angle 4 then would be 52 degrees. Of course, you can do some addition subtraction there to find that. So we've got all 4 measured angles. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. All right. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you find this helpful on the homework. Come with questions on Monday. We'll have some time then to answer those and get moving forward in chapter 4. So have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.